A favorite word at Google and probably at Walmart as well is scale. And you were mentioning this before. So the scale is probably the most exciting part of it.
Hi, I'm Deanna Finster, and I'm here with Courtney Rose, the VP of Retail at Google, and we're at the Walmart Connect studio, and we're talking about the next phase of connected commerce. With our partnership, advertisers are now able to take the Walmart Connect audiences on Google Display Video 360 and measure how video reach and awareness campaigns impact sales at Walmart. This is starting with YouTube, with more inventory to follow. We're so excited to dive into the conversation. So we've watched retail media evolve into this connected commerce ecosystem with streaming and premium video environments becoming such an important space for discovery, storytelling, and audience engagement. And so we're starting to see, I think, these worlds come together with advertisers wanting to connect these moments of inspiration with more measurable business outcomes. So Courtney, so excited to have you here and dive into this conversation. And I think to get the conversation started, would love to understand from you, how do you see this integration of Walmart's first-party data with Google's ad ecosystem really changing the way for advertisers to think about cross-channel campaigns?
Yes. Well, Deanna, thank you so much for having me. We're really excited about this partnership. I think it really all starts with the consumer. So you can think about your own habits, but what we see across all consumers is when they're interacting with media, they're doing lots of behaviors, not in a linear way and sort of all at once. So they're streaming, they're scrolling, they're searching, and they're shopping. And so you don't see this kind of linear funnel behavior the way that we maybe have in the past. But it's also the reason that YouTube has had so much success, both for advertisers, but also for creators, because it's one of the only platforms where consumers are doing all of those behaviors. So you might be scrolling through YouTube shorts that are seconds long, you're watching really long live streams and other streaming, maybe even on your living room TV. You're certainly searching on YouTube and you're shopping as well. And people come to YouTube because they love the content that's there. They are deeply engaged with creators and all of the content that they love. And as we like to say, YouTube kind of loves you back. So it allows you to really engage with your passion points. And so we just have a really strong reach and engagement across our audience on YouTube. And obviously that is what provides so much value back to brands and advertisers with the power of that platform. So it's the reach and engagement that are really able to help drive results. And then with this partnership, we're bringing in all of Walmart's shopper intelligence. So when you bring in those sorts of retail media signals from Walmart, or shopper signals, I should say, and you're bringing them into YouTube's environment and these premium video environments, you're able to better understand and sort of connect how you're planning and activating and measuring across that entire journey for a shopper, and then driving measurable results for the campaign that you have as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's such an important point. And to what you said, I think YouTube just isn't just a media channel. They're really, customers are coming there for so many different things, for inspiration, to discover, to spend a ton of time. It reaches all different types of people. And it is a cultural moment where they're learning about creators. And then the partnership is really able to bring together this shopper moments and the shopper intelligence of Walmart's scale and data. And so we're able to then activate the audiences through DV360 where they're already buying, advertisers are already buying. And so it then makes it much more simple for the advertisers that are already activating there, and then look across the entire experience. As you said, where customers are not just looking on one sort of place, but rather their entire shopper journey.
Yeah. And that's one of the other things that this partnership really activates for a brand. So they might already be buying and activating in DV Display and Video 360 or DV360. But one of the things that this enables is the ability to break down how they've done things in the past where they have specific brand budgets and then specific shopper budgets. And so this is a place where within that interface, they're going to be able to see that entire shopper journey and really help break down those budgets that have traditionally existed between the brand budgets and those shopper budgets. And you're tracking it all the way to sales. So it's a much more integrated way to think about media buying, and that will really change things for brands.
Yeah, I think those silos are definitely starting to disappear, and brands aren't wanting to deal with those anymore.
Yeah.
So shifting a little bit to now thinking about sales outcomes. We know breaking down the silos is obviously a big focus for the brands, but also they're really focused on the outcomes. So why is being able to tie to the sales outcomes for media like YouTube such an important shift for advertisers, you think, right now?
Yeah. I mean, it's really the brand's dream, right? They've always wanted something like this where you're able to combine the scale of YouTube with all of the shopper intelligence that you get from Walmart. So you're able to plan a much more effective campaign, but then you're able to measure it all the way through sales as well. So the planning and that implementation of the campaign and then the sales impact, it just kind of creates that dream for the brand so that they know their media dollars are working hard to drive the real business outcome that they care about, not just the marketing kind of KPIs along the way. So that's super powerful for the brands to have that. And then YouTube has a variety of ad formats that we run. So we run around awareness and consideration goals, but also sales and conversion. And so when they're getting that sort of intelligence to better understand how their creative is working or how those audiences are working, again, they're able to better plan and measure their campaigns end to end because of that intelligence that they have. So that's a big change here. And then the other part of this that is really a huge unlock for the business results is how the brands will be able to engage with YouTube creators as well. So the whole YouTube creator ecosystem is really powerful in terms of influence. YouTube is the #1 most trusted platform when it comes to products and recommendations that are coming from creators. And 98% of consumers say that they trust the product recommendations from YouTube creators more than on any other social media platform. So the power of a brand to be able to partner with those creators and then be able to plan and measure and see the results alongside that creator content is a huge unlock for what brands are going to be able to do to really drive influence in that space on YouTube, but with all of Walmart's intelligence.
Yeah, I think, where we originally started about collapsing and bringing together the brand and the performance and really connecting those two dots, the ability there to track through those outcomes across those different touch points, awareness, consideration, and conversion, and then being able to measure across all of those now with this opportunity really is the holy grail for them. So I think this partnership bringing together those two things is really something, as you said, that they've really sought for such a long time, and something that I think a lot of brands will be really excited about.
Yeah, the brands get to align in such an authentic way with those creators who drive that trust in those product recommendations. And again, you're able to see that across the whole marketing funnel and see the outcome on the other side of the business result from it.
Yep, absolutely. And on our side, I mean, we have such immense scale, as you know, reaching 150 million customers online and in store. There's immense scale that YouTube has. What is it? Reach 90% of people. And so with those two coming together and to combine the shopper intelligence and then layer on and then really be able to tell that complete story. Well, I'm so excited about this partnership, but would love to just share also here, like, what excites you the most about this partnership?
Yeah. I mean, there's so many things that excite us about the partnership. We're so excited for brands and the value they're going to be able to drive. But, a favorite word at Google and probably at Walmart as well is scale. And you were mentioning this before. So the scale is probably the most exciting part of it. Walmart is the #1 omnichannel retailer in the US. You reach 150 million US shoppers a week, which is amazing.
Yeah.
And then YouTube scale is undeniable too. So the Nielsen numbers confirm that we reach about 244 million adults age 18 plus in the US across all devices. So that's 91% of the population. Yeah. So in terms of what brands are going to be able to drive when they bring that intelligence from the Walmart shoppers into a scaled platform like YouTube. And again, they're going to be able to better plan and activate their campaigns and then see those sales results on the other side. So this is just the breakthrough for those brands that they've been waiting for a long time.
Yeah, I completely agree. And I think just to extend it more, I mean, you think about it to the in-store part of it with the 4,600 stores, with Vizio being the #1 fastest growing TV OS. It is really just across all of those different stages that we've talked about, which is just such a great opportunity for the brands to take advantage of.
Yes. And these campaigns, YouTube is on your mobile device. It is on your connected TV. So being able to reach shoppers when they're in all of these different types of formats and various parts of their journey will be really powerful as well. And that intelligence, the brands will be able to see that as they're running all those campaigns.
Yep.
So as we're bringing Walmart shopper intelligence into our platforms, brands will be able to see all of those signals across the whole journey. And then they're able to build their audiences based on actual purchase behavior versus narrower signals that they might have been doing that on before. So the actual purchase behavior is what's going to drive that audience development for them.
So Courtney, over the next few years, I think it's obviously going to continue to evolve. Would love to understand, how do you think it's going to fundamentally look different? How will brands plan and measure in the future?
I mean, it is so hard to predict the future. Like, can you imagine how different things are from even a year ago? But maybe if we've learned anything in the last 18 months, the future comes at you so much faster, than it did in the past. And I think there's a lot of areas that we talk about at Google where the technology is actually ahead of where consumers and users are. But I think in this situation around marketing and advertising, the consumer behavior, like we were talking about, the consumer behavior has evolved so much. So they are less linear. They are not moving through the funnel in the same way. And they might go from discovery of a product to the sale of that product in minutes, or it might be in months. But I think that there has been so much innovation around the measurement technology that really can help marketers better understand that consumer behavior and how to influence it, and also how to drive those sales faster. So I think there is a lot that has accelerated in that measurement space. And I think a year from now, we will look back and think, wow, we've made so much headway on that, even from where we are right now. This partnership really lends itself to that. So again, you're in this premium video environment on YouTube, and you're able to engage in that consumer behavior that is happening there. And you're also able to measure that influence that you're having all the way through to the sale. So that is a new capability that we have in this partnership. And the technology is there to kind of help us catch up to that consumer behavior and understanding.
Yeah. I mean, I love your point that the consumer's already there. And it's really about the technology and the measurement meeting it. And so my hope or aspiration is that it continues to move forward and meet it where it is. And the audience activation will only continue to move forward there with the premium streaming environment. And so that we can continue to meet the customer journey where it is as the shopping journey continues to evolve, because it won't become linear. It will continue to be mixed and have all these different touch points, because we know 80% of the purchases still happen in the store, and it will continue to happen very much so there, but it'll also be influenced online. Creators will continue to be such an important part of it. And so we need to be able to measure all of these touch points.
Yeah. So historically, every marketer I've ever worked with has a separation between how they think about brands and how they think about performance. And it might be their measurement, it might be the incentives, even the way their own organizations are set up to drive a brand campaign or to drive a performance campaign. But that is not, as we know, how the consumers necessarily experience their interactions with a brand, or again, it's not that linear journey. So I think things will change so much in the next year of how we're able to break that down between the brand and the performance initiatives, because of the measurement and the technology that will really underpin that to help a brand better meet the consumer where they are, wherever that might be in the journey. And again, break down some of those walls between thinking about it as just brand or just performance.
So just in closing, thank you again so much, Courtney, for joining us here. We're so thankful for the partnership. We're so excited about this opportunity, and we definitely believe in this connected experience. We're moving to this connected ecosystem, and the future of advertising, we believe, isn't moving towards choosing between brand building or performance, that it really is this connected environment. And we're excited about doing this together with you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.